This is the video for the Review Day 1 quiz on Schoology. Number 1, in a certain southwestern city, the air pollution index average is 62. That's going to be an average. So we know that our mean is 62 with a standard deviation of 18. Okay. What percent of all days have an air quality less than 72? Okay, this is one of those problems. They give you an X that is 72. We need to turn that into a Z, and then we need to turn that Z into a percentage. Okay, it's a less than problem, so we're in good shape to just go directly for whatever the chart is going to tell us. So X equals 72, so we need to use the Z-score formula to get that Z, which is as follows. Okay. So we need to go 72 minus 62 over 18. Okay, so this is 10 over 18, and we're going to have to just get that as a decimal, which is going to round to 0.56. So the Z-score is 0.56. Then this is a less than problem, so we need to go to the chart and look that up. So make sure that you're on the positive side of the chart, 0.5, and then over 26, 0.7123. So our answer for this one is 0.7123, or 71.23%. Okay, next problem, same setup, X bar is 62, X is 18. What percent of all days have an air quality greater than 22? So X is 22. Turn that into a Z. 22 minus 62 over 18. Okay, well that's negative 40 over 18. We get that as a decimal. Z equals negative 2.22. That's our first blank. And then we need to look up the percent for negative 2.22. Then this one's a greater than problem, so we have one extra step. So here's negative 2.22. So 0.0132 is the number we'll take. Okay, let me just double check that. 0.0132. 0.0132. Okay, but this is a greater than problem. So what we need to get that percentage at the end, we need the probability that Z is greater than 0.01, or sorry, negative 2.22. Okay, that's 1 minus the percentage that we found in the chart, 0.0132. So 1 minus our answer, okay, would give us 0.9868, or 98.68%. Okay, the percent is 0.9868, or 98.68%. So that's a really low air quality. So we should have a high percentage of the time that we have a Z score greater than that. Okay, same setup for the third one. Okay, average is 62, standard deviation is 18. What percent of days have an air quality between 100 and 110? So we have two Z's to find. So if X is 100, Z equals 100 minus 62 over 18, okay, which is 38 over 18, which is 2.11. Okay, if X is 110, Z is 110 minus 62 over 18, which is going to be 48 over 18, which is 2.67. Okay, So the higher so the lower z-score is z equals 2.11. The upper z-score is 2.67. What we need to do is look both of those up, and we need to subtract big minus little. So we got to go back to the positive side of the chart. Okay, we need 2.11. Here's 2.11, 98.26. Here's 2.6 over to 7. 2.67 is here. My board's a little bit off, as you can see. 0.9962. Okay, so I need to take 0.9962 and subtract 0.9826. Okay, so back to the one we're working on. For 2.11, the percentage beneath that equals 0.9826. For 2.67, the percentage beneath that is 0.9962. Okay, so to get the answer here for percent, okay, the percent is 0.9962 minus 0.9826, which is 0.0136. Okay, or you could type in 1.36%. Okay, last one that has to do with the chart will be a backwards one. Okay, it's going to say what air quality level is the 10th percentile of the data. So they're going to give us a percent. We need to turn that into a z. We need to turn that into an x. So the 10th percentile, okay, that means we're looking for 0.1000 in the middle. And we're going to figure out what z that is. Okay? So you want to go on the negative side of the chart. You want to look for how close can we get to exactly 10%. So 0.1000 is what we're looking for in the middle. So when we do that, okay, here we have 0.10003. Okay, that's really, really close to 10%. We would take what z-score that is. So we need to go out, and we see that we are in the negative 1.2 row, and we need to go up and see that we're in the 0.08 column. So z equals negative 1.28. All right, so z is negative 1.28. What we need to do is then, sorry about that, trying to scroll. What we need to do is we need to turn that z equals negative 1.28 into an x. So what we do is we put that in place of z for the formula, and we set up x minus the average, which is 62, if I remember right. Yep, divided by the standard deviation of 18. Okay, this has two steps to solve. First step, multiply 18s. So you get negative 23.04 on the left, x minus 62 on the right, and then we need to add 62. Okay, this will give us our answer. All right, if you do that, you get 38.96. Okay, so back to the question. Okay, the z-score, what you would type in here, negative 1.28. And then here, rounded to two decimals, we have 38.96. And air quality of that is in the bottom 10% of all air quality scores. Okay, rest of the ones are a little bit different. Okay, question 5. So we're done using the chart for the rest of this quiz. Distribution of birth weight for robins is approximately normal with a mean weight of 100 grams and a standard deviation of 15. Draw the normal curve on a piece of paper and label the numbers with values properly. Okay, so the first one says at what point does the mean go? The mean goes at 0. Okay, so that's question 5. The mean goes straight down from the top. Then it's a standard deviation of 15. So as we move to the right, we add 15. As we move to the left, we subtract 15. Okay, and that should help us with the rest of these questions. Okay, question 6. What value belongs at the negative 2 mark? Well, the negative 2 mark is right here. Okay, that would be 70. So 70 should be our answer for that one. Using the normal curve from number 5, what percent of the options are above 130? Okay, remember what we have here, and we could use our chart for this, but remember we had our 68, 95, 99, 7 rule. Okay, so what we found out was that between -2 and +2, so from here to here, this is 95%, okay, which means that the rest of the graph is a total of 5% broken into a 2.5 above it and a 2.5 below it. So above 130, there should be 2.5%. Okay. Number 8, using the normal curve for number 5, what percent of observations would be below 55? Okay, to the left of 55. So here's 55. I'll make it red. Okay, what percent is this? Okay, remember what we have is that from -3 to +3, that's 99.7%. So there's a total of 0.3% left to be above and below. So this is going to be 0.15%, and this is going to be 0.15%. So below 55 would be 0.15%. Okay, that's called using the 68, 95, 99, 7 rule. Okay, number 9, which best describes the image? So this is a picture of something that's skewed left. Okay, the tail is to the left. So it's either A or B. Okay, remember that what should happen with the mean is that the mean should be to the left of the median if it's skewed left. So this is one where the mean and median are oriented properly. The mean is to the left of the median because it's skewed left. Okay, number 10 is skewed right, but that means that the mean should be to the right of the median, since it's the mean will always go towards the tail. So this is one where B is the correct answer. Skewed right, the mean and median should be flipped because the tail pulls on the mean. Okay. True or false, a positive z-score represents a data that is above average. That is true. Positive z means above average, negative z means below average. Question 12, what is the percentile of the 7? Okay. It's the 5th one in the list out of 10 numbers. So the percentile of 7 is the 5/10, which is 0.5, which is the 50th percentile. Okay, what number is it in the list and you divide it by how many numbers there are in the list. Number 13, what does a z-score measure? It measures the number of standard deviations away from the mean an observation is. Okay, and then this is from day 1 notes, just matching with the definition. Okay, the mean is, so the mean is going to be the point at which the curve would balance if made of solid material. Okay, so what that's saying is it's not going to be exactly the halfway point of any data. What it's going to be is it's going to be a little bit toward the tail, and it's going to be the point where you can kind of stick a pencil under it and the curve would balance. And then the last one, median, we've been using this definition for multiple chapters now, the point with half the area to the left and half the area to the right. Okay, that's it for this quiz. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Go and submit again and try to get a better score.